All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the London Monarchs and the Chicago Tigers. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep, and he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Here's Barkley. And incomplete to open things up.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in league.
Well, I want you to know I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
They go play action here on first down. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Back-to-back gains of 17, and they are really on the march now. It's a first down. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Here we go. Brand 38. Brand 38. Ohio.
Now Barkley. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Here we go. What?
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
They run a draw here on second down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now a handoff looking right. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Here we go. What?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And a nice pick up there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Second and goal from inside the 5.
Here we go.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Picking up where they left off before the open week that they had last week as they won going into that. And no signs of being stale.
No, and that's really big for them because there's a trust factor that goes into this, because what often happens, if you win the game before your open week, you usually get more time off. But if you win the game before the open week, get more time off, and don't play well the next time out, that goes away. So they're making a statement that they like that time off.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Lock in.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. Jones has it. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Lock in.
They'll run for the first time with Sony Michel. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
4 down. Check. 4 down. Red, up. 18. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Red, up. No chance.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Fielded at about the 28. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
He's going to look deep for Perriman. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Brashad Perriman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And his guys get the quick strike touchdown. Bullock good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, he sheds himself free. He's got daylight. 30. Past the 20. And he takes it all the way, but there is laundry on the field. A flag is down, and I think this one's coming back.
I agree.
Lock in.
This is Collins on the toss. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Let's go. We're go. Let's go. That is right. Lock in. Check.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Mike Daniels makes the tackle. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
Move. Lock in.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Just a 25-yard punt, not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The first update now from a game going on in Cleveland. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Derek Carr leading the charge offensively. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin as it's London football to begin. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They run a draw here on 2nd down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. So we got 3 on else. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up second and goal.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Josh Doxson, his first touchdown on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, 18.
2nd and 10. It's Trubisky again. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Lock in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Hey, 18. Lock in. Tight dog.
On 2nd down, Trubisky. Over the middle, complete. That's Jones. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Julio Jones. His 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys are able to cut into that deficit.
As the offense went on the field to start their last drive, you know they discussed in the huddle, hey, if we put one in the end zone here, we put ourselves in a position to start making a comeback.
Extra point try good by Gano. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Gano out to kick this one away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Now this offense about ready to take over again. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. It'll be 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards on the play. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On play action, they'll throw. He's going to look deep for Perriman. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect. 1:57 to go in this first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's go! Brand 38! Brand 38!
They'll set up a throw. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way in for the touchdown. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a very good return, but a penalty marker is down. I'm not sure what this is going to be. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield.
Move.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He got 29 yards that time.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. This will be their first trip to the red zone. It's 1st and 10 at the 14.
You got three. Lock in. Red, up.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now Trubisky to throw on second. The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit. Gano for the extra point. Gano the extra point, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. Gano out to kick this one away. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go. What? 90.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got this one complete to Perriman. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Now back to throw. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. Looking for Perriman, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10.
18. Lock in.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game.
18.
Trubisky now to throw on 3rd down. It's caught. Jones. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Lock in. We go. You see it? Move.
On 2nd down, here's Trubisky. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Move.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. That is caught at the 7. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Julio Jones. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. Extra point try good by Gano. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Gano out to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10 at the 9-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. 2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Let's go! Grand 38!
They'll run it now out of the gun. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Back to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. A little trick. There, but it doesn't fool him. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5.
Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in. No. Behind.
Here's Collins. Down right around the 25. And just a yard on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 4.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, 18. Hands up.
Trubisky will throw. He's to the 10. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Julio Jones. His third touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And his guys are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Gano the extra point, and we are all tied at 28. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And an excellent return there as he's up to the 35, but make it the 40-yard line.
Well, someone wasn't very happy about that game being tied up. They came right back at him with a big-time return. They want to get back out in front as fast as possible.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go. What?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And there is a flag, so a big 2nd down pickup, but will it hold? So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Here's Barkley. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time has run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now they try the right side here. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long. Now Barkley. And he will find his man on the outside. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will break our tie and give him a 3-point lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in. Lock in, lock in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. 18, 18.
Here's Trubisky. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Trubisky now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Lock in, lock in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he's got this down to the 35. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Come on, come on.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Now Trubisky to throw. And this is caught at the 8. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 24 yards. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Lock in, lock in. Red, up.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. The quick slant caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Lock in, lock in. Hey, 18. 18.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And Gano's kick is right through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. And here now the offense heading back out there. And they'll go on the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards.
Let's go.
Now a handoff looking right. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
Let's go. Brand 38. Brand 38.
Back to throw. That is caught. It's Perriman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give them a 1st down.
That gets them the 1st down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now In this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
He'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it out to midfield. Let's say, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go!
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Clock rolling here. About to hit 30 seconds.
Exactly what they were looking for. They've been giving up yardage. They've been letting them drive right downfield, but they got a sack right there. How about that for a little bit of revenge?
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Takes this to the 45. Got a little space after that nice move. 7 yards on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Meanwhile, in Nashville, they're on to the 4th quarter now. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
Fairly short kick taken at the 14 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Now a first throw here in overtime. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. 3rd and 8 situation. A tough spot here in overtime on the opening drive.
Let's go! White, 90!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
All right, it's football 101 to know that the quarterback controls just about everything on offense, but a lot of times what gets missed is that the center controls line play. He has to communicate to the guards and the tackles what type of front they're facing, how they're going to block it, and what adjustments need to be made sometimes on the fly as a defense will shift. Give the center a lot of credit because for the most part, he's got big defensive linemen over his face all game long that he's got to try and block and protect his quarterback and create space for his runner. In this case, he did a really nice job of communicating and executing.
They'll drop to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this offense on third down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Come on, let's go!
They'll look to throw here. And this is going to be incomplete. Well done by the defense. They did their job here in overtime.
Boy, did they ever, because now it's 4th and really long. So if you do decide to go for it, people think you might be a little bit on the nut side, don't they? But guess what? If I did decide to go for it, I'd call something deep. I'd throw a deep pass and hope that the defense didn't remember to just knock it down. If they intercept it, it's almost like a great punt and helps out your defense with field position.
They'll set up to throw. And it is incomplete. The 4th down pass play doesn't work out. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Lock in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
2 minutes to go here in overtime. We'll be back after this. Now what can Trubisky do here in overtime? And incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
Lock in. Red, up.
Here's Trubisky to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the home team here, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the New York Jets come to town. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the Cleveland Browns. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL.